Good morning, students. Today we are going to perform the next experiment, that is Wald-Leonard method of speed control of DC motor. And the objective of this experiment is to control the speed of a separately excited DC motor by using Wald-Leonard method and to draw these no load speed versus armature voltage curves for both the directions of rotation. So today we will perform this to plot the no load speed characteristics with respect to the armature voltage. In the DC motor, the speed is related with the field flux and armature voltage with the help of this equation. But the speed of the motor can be controlled by two ways. Either we are controlling the terminal voltage, that is known as armature voltage of the DC motor. Then by the variation of this we can control the speed, or we can control the speed by changing this flux, this value. So by controlling either this or this, we can control the speed. In this experiment we are going to control the armature voltage, and how we will control we will see after some few minutes. In this speed control there is two possibilities. If we are controlling the speed with the help of this terminal voltage, or we can say armature voltage, then there is constraint that we should not go above the rated voltage value. So the speed up to the rated value can be controlled with the help of the armature voltage control, and the flux we cannot increase in the machine, we can reduce it, and by decreasing this value, if it remains constant, then the overall value can be increased. So to increase the speed above rated value, we should require to decrease the field flux. So in this way, if we have to control the speed above rated value, then we will follow the field flux control, and if we have to we have to control the speed up to rated value, then we will follow the armature voltage control. So in this two way of controlling the speed, we can control from zero value to the above rated speed value. Now let us see in this experiment how we are going to control the speed. This is our setup in which we are going to control the speed of this DC motor, that is separately excited DC motor. The excitation is given separately. So here what we are going, this is our DC generator and this is our DC motor separately excited. We have to control the armature voltage of the DC motor from 0 to the rated value, and by controlling this value we are controlling the speed of this, keeping the field flux constant. Okay, so from the previous discussion we can find that we can control it up to the rated value. How we are changing this armature voltage we will see from here. The induction motor is running at rated speed and it is coupled with the DC generator, and in this way the DC generator is also running with the speed of the induction motor, and by varying the field winding current, or we can say field flux, we can control the terminal voltage of the DC generator, that is nothing but the armature voltage of the DC motor. So by varying this field flux with the help of the variation of the supply, we can control the generated terminal voltage, hence the armature voltage of the DC motor, and correspondingly we can control the speed of the DC motor. Let us see how we are doing here. Now let us see how the hardware setup is connected. This is induction motor coupled with the DC generator. that we can see from here. This is induction motor coupled with the DC generator through the coupler. In this way, this is connected with this, and field winding of the DC generator is connected through double throw switch through the potential divider to get the regulated supply to the field winding. Okay, that we are getting from here. This is the potential divider, one terminal, another terminal. We are dividing it from here. You can find we are getting the potential that is required to control the field flux of the DC generator, and this is shorted so that we can get another direction connection here. Once we are connecting in this way, okay, when we have to reverse the direction, then we will connect here and we will connect here, like that. That arrangement is done here, and after that it goes to output of this goes to field winding of the DC generator that is given here. This is armature winding of the DC generator. So by controlling this, we are controlling the terminal voltage of the generator, and that is shorted with the DC motor terminal, and the voltage across this is equal to the voltage across this. So by controlling this through the potential divider, we are able to control the terminal voltage, that is armature voltage of the DC motor, and we are keeping this field flux constant. Okay, so this is full setup, and this is the induction motor whose speed has to be controlled. Now we will fix to 20 volt, and then we will try to reduce it smoothly. This is 110, but it is at 0.300 volt, so it is multiplied by 2, that is 220 almost. So the motor is running anti-clockwise with speed 1470. Now we will reduce the voltage smoothly, gradually we will reduce it, and we will see the speed variation. Please reduce it. Okay, keep it here. Now it is 180, just above 180. Motor is still running in the anti-clockwise direction. The speed is reduced. In this way, further if you are reducing the speed by reducing the terminal voltage, that is armature voltage, if we keep it 160, then we can find the speed is gradually decreasing with the reduction in the armature voltage. Okay, now reduce it. Okay, as we are reducing the voltage, simultaneously speed is also reducing, and motor is still running in the same direction as it was running in the previous. Okay, anti-clockwise. Reduce too much. Okay. Now it is almost 60. Here speed is 420, and motor is running very slowly in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay. Now reduce it and bring it to almost near to the zero. Okay. It is almost 10 volt. Speed is 80, and motor is running very slowly with the from the anti-clockwise direction. So in this way, from almost 0 to the full rated value of the motor, we can control the speed of the motor smoothly. Now we are going to change the direction of the rotation of the motor. For that purpose, we are changing this switch position from one. Previously it was in this direction. Now, previously it was connected here. That's why it was rotating anti-clockwise. Now we will connect this way and it will rotate opposite to the previous value. And here simultaneously we have to change the polarity of the voltmeter as well, because it is DC voltage. So please change it. Okay, now it is changed, and we will connect the two-way switch in another direction. You can find from here, and once it is connected, then we can find. Okay, please. Motor is starting in the rotation in the clockwise direction. We can find from here. The voltage is around 20 and motor speed is 130. Okay, increase the voltage. As we are increasing the voltage, speed up is here, and we can find from the speedometer from here. Please increase. Okay, now further we are increasing the armature voltage. Simultaneously it becomes 100. The speed is clockwise direction, that is reflected. The increased speed is reflected here. Okay, please increase more. Okay, stop at this point. We can find it is 150 and speed is 1016. Rotation is clockwise. Now bring to full value. Slowly. Now it is, we can say 180. The speed is increased. Now please bring it to the rated value. Little bit more. Okay, you can stop at this point. Now the armature voltage is 220. You can find the rotation is still clockwise direction. And now when 220 volt is applied, not applied, when 220 volt is maintained at the terminal voltage, armature voltage, then speed is almost 1483. The rotation is, you can find it is clockwise. So in this way, from 0 to rated voltage and rated voltage to 0, in both the directions we can control the speed of the motor smoothly for full range of rated value operation. Okay. Now this is the recorded value, the different speeds what we have recorded at different voltage levels. So when we are running the motor in the forward direction, it means clockwise, then we have recorded the speed at different voltages, and we reverse the direction of the rotation, and in that case we have recorded the speed in different voltages level, at different voltages level. Okay, so you can use these readings for your calculations and plotting.